Thomas West and Liam Crothers joining you for the GTHL post-draft show, the Six Hockey. Today we're going to be talking about the Peterborough Petes, a very strong team and a team that added 3 guys from the GTHL. Quinton Paget, a very strong forward, and 2 defenders, James Go and Darren Wilson from the Toronto Junior Canadiens. A couple guys that will be very interesting to see on a team that really doesn't need any help right now. This is a very good Peterborough Petes team, but some guys for the future for sure.
Yeah, and they were good because they've got a couple of players that are going to be graduating towards the AHL and even towards the NHL as well, and that means that there are going to be some spots freed up. I do think that the Peterborough Petes, with their draft, taking some players from the GTHL that are going to be able to fill some of those gaps.
Yeah, eventually a spot will open up, and we think that probably one of the first defenders to slide into that spot will be James Go. This is a guy who had a great year with the Toronto Junior Canadiens. He can play defense, and he provides a little bit of offense as well.
Yeah, not overly aggressive in the offensive zone, 14 points through 33 games. His skill was more defensively, and the 6'1", 180-pound defender selected 74th overall does have that stabilizing presence on the blue line. It's always important for a team that can produce the amount of points that the Peterborough Petes were able to produce.
Yeah, 6'1", that's always a frame you like to see, and it's a bonus as well when he provides a lot of skill as well and great defending. We move on to the next pick. This is Quinton Paget, a guy who, is a point-per-game guy, and you raise your eyebrows anytime you see something like that.
Yeah, and for sure, not the biggest player, standing at 5'8", 175 pounds. The Petes decided to take him with their 114th pick in the draft. We didn't get to see him play, unfortunately, but I think the points speak for themselves, and what stands out to me about his height and weight is he's very strong on his skates. He's got a frame kind of like Sidney Crosby, about 5'10", 5'11", and 180 pounds, which means he's got a low center of gravity, means he's strong on the puck, and that's always an asset in the offensive zone.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, most of those points per game actually came with goals, with 25 goals for Quinton Paget. Very impressive. We move back to the defensive side of things. Another Toronto Junior Canadian. This is Darren Wilson, and we were impressed with what we saw from him in the games that we were able to watch.
Yeah, and what stands out to me is 6 foot, 190 pounds, one of the heaviest players that we saw taken in the OHL draft. Pick number 285 and 14 points in 35 games. It's not a pick selection or a number that you expect to make the lineup right away. But that being said, I do think that Darren Wilson has a strong defensive game that he can build off of. And I'm not sure if it'll be too long before we see him slot in a defensive role for the Peterborough Petes. But, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for him.
Yeah, like we said, there's opportunities for future picks and these picks to move into the OHL. And every time you can get 14 points from a defender in the 15th round, you will certainly take that. That does it for us here on the Peterborough Petes post-draft show from Thomas West and Liam Crothers. We'll see you next time.